It's Monday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Alaja Nima Kashatzabiri, how are you?
I'm fine, Mo. Good
How was
morning.
your weekend?
Good morning, everyone. My weekend was washing machine pack up. I have clear. So it's not new that I just packed up, but I've been getting the services of a washwoman, and then she did a terrible wash for me the last weekend. And I remember that washing was my distressor back then as a young girl. Packed all my clothes and sat down and washed.
That's what I hated the most in my life.
I'm missing my...
I can't wash to save my life.
But today is a special day for me. My friend Essie Ogene Majoro, today is her birthday. And Essie is a friend that has son, a sister. I've held her hands through our fight out of domestic violence. I've seen the lioness in Essie come up because of her kids. I've seen her face the system, assessment for custody, all of it, and she came out standing tall. I hope you're watching, Essie. Happy birthday, because you inspire strength in me. You inspire love. I see the support is huge. And our brothers, especially our elder brother, I don't want to call his name on TV, but Oga, if you're watching, you're a pillar. That's how brothers should stand up for their sisters.
Fantastic.
That's how family should stand up for people. She had this family, and the domestic violence was such that she was being pulled away from her support. I don't want you to visit them. I don't want you to see them. And she was dying, beaten in front of family members and all of that. And they stood up. They did what they needed to do.
Fantastic.
They rallied. People should learn from that example, because, for me, that's how it should be. Nobody should be allowed to trample or bully any of your family members.
Fantastic.
And you sit, I do and watch.
All right. How you doing, Mariam?
I'm doing fine.
How was your weekend?
The weekend was amazing as usual. But towards the end of it, I caught this new Netflix show that came on yesterday. The Devil is a Liar.
Yeah, I saw it.
Movie. Did you watch it?
I watched it. I
just want to say to Inse that well done. I mean, you are an actor. Remove actress, you are a true actor. I was so impressed by her acting. Storyline, maybe not so much, because, so it's not a negative really, because it reminded me of two other movies I'd seen, Oyinbo movies, Double Jeopardy and a mixture of Double Jeopardy and something I watched in my childhood. A Sidney Sheldon book like that, If Tomorrow Comes. So I felt like it was like a mixture of that. It didn't feel so original to me. And I was wondering how Double Jeopardy itself works under the Nigerian Constitution.
Yes,
we have that.
exactly as it is.
Okay, good. But the acting, phenomenal. Really, really, A-star.
Were you hoping at some point
whatever.
that there'll be a twist to her story so she doesn't lose everything?
No, I just like it. It's
like
good.
it.
Whatever she did, it's just her acting, how she switched from... I always find like actors, especially a certain type, don't want to unfind themselves, like unbabe themselves. But she was willing to just go rugged, and her voice changed and everything. I was like,
Fantastic.
well done for good performance. Yes.
That's nice. In talking about movies, I actually also finished, finally, I've been using Mouth to watch it. When Bisi told me she finished it, I had to go watch it, Kings of Joburg. I never watched it. I think I'm the last person to watch it.
I didn't watch it.
I
Don't worry,
enjoyed it.
I've never
It was
watched it.
about a few seasons, 3 seasons, not too long. And actually, it's very spiritual, demonic, but it's actually interesting. So I watched that over the weekend. I finished that. But on Saturday, I was invited to facilitate a training for the new Lagos State Government chairwomen, the local government chairmen that are women, and their deputies, the local government chairmen who are their deputies, all the senior officials of the local government. And it was nice. They gathered together at a place, and I was invited to facilitate their training. Thank you for trusting me.
You don't carry your food
Communication, sorry?
You don't bring your food come. I'm hearing local government chairman and you're facilitating. I'm listening.
Their training, yeah. So I was really excited, and it was a really good session. I think I was proud of what I did.
Training about?
It was communication skills, equipping them on how to engage the media, how to talk, how to also converse in their various offices.
That's
and
important.
So
very important.
very important. I'm happy that they actually had other facilitators for different things, and it was really good for the women leader, Mrs. Jumoke Okoya Thomas, to actually initiate this training for the women leaders within the Lagos State local government sector. I think that's a very good one.
It is.
And they said they're going to continue to have it continuously. So
That
congratulations
communication
to
is very important.
the women leader in Lagos, and I hope that they continue to really train the women leaders. Okay, let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. APC trounces opposition in legislative by-elections. Retired federal workers to earn additional 32,000 naira monthly. Kwaso hands over 2 electric vehicles to Kwara government. DSS gets thumbs up for capturing most wanted terrorist leaders. 42 Chinese Filipinos convicted of cybercrimes deported. Fresh drive to tackle menace of out-of-school kids begins. ICRC unveils guidelines for PPP projects. And major investors eye stakes in insurance sector. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Okay, maybe I should just use the good news. The retired federal workers earn 32,000 monthly. So the president has approved a 758 billion bond to clear all outstanding pension liabilities. So under the contributory pension scheme, those who are subscribers will start to earn this baseline amount of 32,000. So everybody in the education, health sector, security, armed forces, as well, all of them on the contributory pension scheme, irrespective of what has previously accumulated, will start to get this baseline. So he directed the prompt implementation of this long overdue pension increases along with the minimum wage adjustment and the minimum pension guarantee, which will provide a safety net for most of the vulnerable pensioners under the contributory pension scheme. So one of the officials of the PENCOM confirmed to the nation this news, and I'm hopeful that this will of course ameliorate a lot of things concerning pensioners. There's another news of the NLC going on strike over the NSITF, but this is welcome. So let's see how it goes.
I have DSS gets thumbs up for capturing terrorist leader. So they say the Northern Ethnic Youth Group Assembly, NEGA, has praised the NSA, that's National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Rubadu, for confirming weeks of speculation on the capture of 2 most wanted leaders of terrorist group in Nigeria. So the National Security Advisor had announced the capture of the leadership of Ansaru terrorist organization, which is also known as Jama'atu Ansaru Muslimina Fi Biladis Sudan. This is Nigeria's Al-Qaeda affiliate, and also the Mahmuda terrorist group. So the terrorist leaders are Amir Mahmoud Mohammed Usman, also known as Abu Bara, and Deputy Amir Mahmouda. They said that there have been speculations, all around. People had been speculating, is it true or not true? Last Tuesday, the governor of Niger State, sort of confirmed it, which I took the story, had confirmed it, but people were still waiting for like a proper official confirmation. And the NSA now announcing it, has confirmed that, and the public is very happy about it. This particular group says that these are terrorist leaders that have affected, that have, terrorized the north especially, and, they're happy to see that they have finally been arrested.
Okay. So the Nigerian Immigration Service has commenced the deportation of 192 foreigners who have been convicted of internet fraud and Ponzi scheme offenses. The first batch, comprising of 42 Chinese and Filipinos, they were flown out of Murtala Mohammed yesterday, And the next batch will commence in the next few days. They're going to take about 192. So right now, 150 remains and will be flown out very soon. According to the EFCC, they were fined ₦1 million each by the court, which also directed that the NIS to repatriate them to their countries to complete their jail term. In July, the anti-graft agency had information on them that were in Victoria Island, where they secured a final $222,000 digital assets seized from them. The foreigners were said to be using a building on Oyinjolayemi, just down the street, to train Nigerians on how to initiate romance and investment scams. According to the court, the company had put up a set of Gentin International Company Limited, and they had received 2.6 billion naira between April and December last year. So they're happy that these 192 are convicted and they're taking them to their country. I think this is a good, and I wish that when Nigerians are also convicted abroad, they should just brought back home.
No, I think this one should have served their term here.
Yeah. First,
you think?
Yes. Because if we were
2 years.
Nigerians that are arrested abroad, they serve their term there, and then they were
saying, like, if we can do that for them, they should also do that for us. Our people who are convicted.
No, what we're saying is that it's too lenient. Punish them here.
Lenient. Very fast.
Yeah, punish them here, and then send them to their country, and the country can decide what else to do with them.
Okay, moving on to the Punch. FG backtracks as NLC holds ground. Court orders full disclosure of 37 billion naira renovation by National Assembly. 2 Nigerians die of suspected poison in Libya. ICRC issues new PPP guidelines for MDAs. NCPC resumes Israeli pilgrimage with 50% subsidy. Court orders full disclosure. I think I took that already. APC opposition clash over by-election results in 12 states. And shipping crisis delays Dangote's 3,550 CNG trucks. Okay, let's take a story.
The NCPC, that's the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission, has announced that they will resume pilgrimage to Israel. They had initially, after the June 13 attack by Israel on Iran and the Iran, retaliation, announced that they will suspend all pilgrimage towards the Middle East, particularly Israel and Iran, to Israel. And they've now decided to lift that, according to the Secretary of the Executive Secretary of the NCPC. And he's also announced that 50% of pilgrimage costs will be taken over by the federal government. So pilgrims will only pay half of the total cost of pilgrimage, which is welcoming news. And I hope it doesn't incite the way the Hajj incites. There's a reason I took it. And I hope that they're safely taken to Israel and
we
back.
need to really discuss this pilgrimage thing that we do, that we sponsor. We need to really discuss it. It's a conversation that must be had, but we'll take it another day. Let's go on a very short break. Okay. When we come back, we continue with our reviews. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person wey dey for street. That's why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station wey dey unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show Waiting Day with your brother, your friend Wale Po.
Everywhere so Bobo.
For this
This na Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Aww.
Now we be WhatsApp Naija crew. Now we they give you what they sub for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make younger?
Compound wahala.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, you right here. Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go here.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News.
My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
This is not just a round table. This is
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch.
Yes, I have the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the National Assembly to release documents relating to the 37 billion naira renovation of the National Assembly complex. They said Justice Emeka Wite granted the application of the Human and Environmental Development Agenda HIDA Resource Center that filed the case through his lawyer. The court directed National Assembly to provide HIDA with the proposal, assessment and procedure used to arrive at the initial 37 billion naira estimate, the actual amount approved and allocated, and the amount so far disbursed for the renovation. They said that information sought was within the scope of the Freedom of Information Act and that the legislature had no valid reason to deny access. The information is simple and harmless. Where an institution like the respondent denies or is deemed to have denied an applicant the instant information sought, it will not only defeat the very purpose of the act, but encourage corruption and financial recklessness. I think this is amazing, you know. So this is a civil society organization and is asking, you know, media and all other CSOs, you know, to join them in this sort of, you know, quest, which is demand accountability from our public institutions. This will help us in the fight against corruption and also other financial recklessness. This is supposed to be information that is just out there, easy to access. Anyone who asks for it should be able to get it. So we're waiting on the National Assembly to see if they will fully comply with this court order.
Okay, so I have the major headline. The federal government has pledged to reverse deductions from the Employees' Compensation Scheme managed by the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund in order to ease tensions with the Nigerian Labour Congress following their threatening to go on a strike. Last week, the NLC accused the federal government of diverting 40% of the NSITF contributions to the government's treasury. The NLC said the move undermined workers' social protection and demanded both an immediate refund and full reconstitution of the National Pension Commission Board. It's warned that non-compliance would trigger an industrial action. The social insurance program was providing financial support to workers who suffer related injuries at work, illnesses, disabilities, or death. The scheme is funded entirely by employer contributions, typically around 1% of the monthly payroll with no contributions. So, I mean, I'm happy that the federal government is saying that they're going to soft pedal on this, their plan to deduct this fund. But I'm happy that Labour is also doing what they're supposed to do, which is putting pressure on government and not to wrongfully remove people's pensions. Okay, let me move on now to the Daily Sun. APC-ADC clash over by-election outcome. 3 million naira bribe for bills. Serap tells Akpabio Abbas to refer allegation to anti-graft agencies. Ongoing reforms will take education out of wood, says Alausa. Lagos tops federal projects chart with 5 trillion naira in 2 years. Telcos under pressure as NCC cracks down on service failures and weak governance. Uncertainty over crude supply stalls modular refinery investments. Okay, which story?
Okay, let me do the NCC. So at a media interactive session, the NCC Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Aminu Meida, has said that this telecom operators will start to see change. There will be a serious crackdown. He says, so apart from the traditional enforcement that they've always used, there's a new model, a hybrid model that combines regulation with public disclosure. So from now on, they will create a portal that Nigerian users can go and see the performances of their telecom operators in provision of voice call services as well as data services, and see in real time and the location which network provider is performing. And so now they will be exposing them, not only the traditional regulatory method they've used, but any service provider that is lagging behind will also be exposed. And so if CEOs start to see that their names are not on the top of the list, maybe they will start to do better. So along with their governance reforms, they will start this by September 2025 and enforce a mandatory cybersecurity framework that compels operators to adopt baseline security standards. And this will address growing threats that is also such as phishing, scams, ransomware, and all of those data breaches that put millions of Nigerians at risk, along with the checks on them. So this is welcoming. We've been shouting. They said since the telecom operators were allowed their 50% tariff increase, they should have improved. And so Nigerians have been shouting on our consumer end. Thank you to NCC. We're watching them.
Yeah, and the federal government has announced sweeping reforms in Nigeria's education sector, including a unified fee structure for universities and full coverage of students' fees under the NEL fund, that's the Nigeria Education Loan Fund. The Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Olatunji Alausa, was one that disclosed these reforms in Abuja recently. He emphasized that the changes were made at improving transparency, fairness, and accessibility across higher institutions. He assured parents and students that NEL fund loans will fully cover all fees charged by tertiary institutions, including tuition, departmental charges, and other related costs. They said that the government will ensure that no student is denied access to education due to financial challenges. So he said the initiative is designed to create equal access to higher education, particularly for students from disadvantaged backgrounds, while easing financial burdens on families and guaranteeing uninterrupted learning. Now, on the broader reforms, Nigerian universities will soon operate under a standardized and unified fee structure. They'll eliminate arbitrary charges and inconsistencies across institutions. So I'm guessing this is just federal universities. I'm wondering how this will affect private universities, but yeah, so across all federal universities, I'm guessing unified fees structure for everyone. The loans that are supporting students, every fee will be clearly defined, transparent, and uniform across all universities. He also said that efforts to integrate artificial intelligence in classroom, deploy solar-powered infrastructure, provide tablets to teachers, and expand digital literacy for students is also being done. Local tech companies were already developing innovative tools to support these reforms, and so on and so forth. It just seems like, we now have a proper guideline for what we're looking forward to in the educational sector.
Okay, so let me take the uncertainty over the crude supply stalls modular refineries. As many of us know, government has tried to encourage modular refineries to increase the crude supply and refining of our crude. However, investors are feeling that there's still a bit of an issue with it, because the decision, according to this report by Daily Sun, the findings reveal that more than 5 final investment decisions are currently in a limbo as investors are tread cautiously amid all the concerns about the sustainability of the crude supply. Remember, the Naira for crude was supposed to actually help make crude available for especially local players. Unfortunately, this has not been totally smoothened out, and many investors are very, very wary and shaky and cautious of this decision. They said that they're unclear about the return of investment if they eventually stake their resources in the refinery business. Their fears are accentuated by the fact that the ROI on refineries are very marginal, and they might get their fingers burnt. Regrettably, the flip-flop in the implementation of the Naira for crude policy is equally a major disincentive to investment decisions on modular refineries have been edged out of the plan, leaving only the big players to participate. The federal government had wanted to initiate this to help the smaller players. I'm really hoping that they can resolve, because this was done about 2 years ago, where the president had mentioned the Naira for crude. Until today, modular refineries are still having issues getting the crude they need to refine. Okay, let's see our final paper, the Nigerian Tribune, I believe. Let's find a story we've not taken. APC consolidates ahead of 2027 race. Cyber criminals, EFCC immigration deport dozens of Chinese Filipinos. Customs intercepts containers loaded with 130 million naira expired pharmaceutical drugs. Estates of surveyors, others pick holes in new Lagos tenancy bill. Okay, which story?
Customs intercepts containers loaded with 130 million naira expired pharmaceutical drugs. So the Kirikiri lighter terminal of the Nigerian Customs Service at the weekend said its enforcement team intercepted 2 40-foot containers. Both were loaded with expired pharmaceutical products with a cumulative duty paid value of 130 million naira. So this was during a presentation of operational reports of the command, and this was done by Eosa Edo. She's the controller of the command, and she says that the command collected a huge sum through focused reforms, targeted enforcement activities, and practical strategies to boost compliance. And so there are so many measures also that have been put in place that have produced clear results and strengthened the command's ability to deliver on its mandate. She said the command recorded a total revenue collection of 89.2 billion naira. This is a substantial increase compared to the corresponding period in 2024, which was at 54.81 billion naira. So for the items that were seized, they said the item contravened provisions of the Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023 under import laws. So for me, it's good that this was found out, but does this have to do with getting? But it couldn't be anyway. I was just thinking out loud, but I was thinking, could this have to do with bringing in the pharmaceutical drugs, and then for some reason they are stuck while shipping, and by the time they get to Nigeria, the time we get to Nigeria is expired. But usually with pharmaceuticals, there's quite a about 5 years Nearly 10 years, before it's expired. So
okay, that's
good
all
that it
we
was
can
caught on time before it went into the markets.
On Front Page Review, when we come back, on to our hot topic of today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
From the heartbeat of Lagos to stages across the globe, the rhythm of Afrobeats is unstoppable.
Indeed, Afrobeats isn't just a genre, it's a global movement.
Our Nigerian talents have taken the world by storm, and the good news is, you can too.
And that's why we're here.
Table.
This is the Black Table, where real men speak the truth about the world we live in, the games we play, the power we chase, and the women who shake it off. Unfiltered.
There's this entitlement to choice.
Unapologetic.
There's something in sociology that said even crime has an advantage in the society.
Unafraid.
In my practice, I found that sometimes the woman is saying honey, but you are hearing monkey.
Sports, politics, culture, women, and what it means to be a man in today's world. No scripts, no safe zones, just grown conversations. So pull up a chair if you're built for it. This is the Black Table.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam sef and every person wey dey for street. That's why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station wey dey unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show Wetin Dey with your brother, your friend Wale Po.
Everywhere.
So Bobo.
Gen Z, you dey chop for this side.
This na Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us. Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country. Yes, so keep it locked.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make Yanga?
About wahala. Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, you right here. Nobody better than we, right?
I can always best be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go here.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News. My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up.
Language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam sef and every person wey dey for street. That's why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station wey dey unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show Wetin Dey with your brother, your friend Wale Po.
Everywhere.
So Bobo.
Gen Z, you dey chop for this side.
This na Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us. Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country. Yes, so keep it locked.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make Yanga?
About wahala. Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, you right
right here. Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go here.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Thanks for staying with us. So, the debate concerning the impact of social media in Nigeria is obviously an unending one. Not just an unending one, it's never going to be over because, or overemphasized, because people are constantly discussing this issue at homes, in schools, in offices. Over the weekend, even the state government of Ebonyi State, Governor himself, Francis Inwufu, urged the federal government to restrict the use of social media to curb half-truths. He also called on the federal government to intensify efforts to engage youths in the practical agriculture, noting that hunger and idleness drive online anger and misinformation. As of today, from the last time we discussed social media restriction, are you of the opinion that social media should be regulated? What are your thoughts on this conversation, on this debate? Should social media be restricted or completely banned? That's the conversation this morning. As I said before, it's an unending one because whether we like it or not, every day we keep seeing various reasons why social media is useful and also cannot be and can be detrimental to the sanctity of in our society. So you can call us to join the conversation 020-1635-2013, 090-241-6163440. You can also send us messages on X and also YouTube. We'll be happy to hear your thoughts. So, ladies, I mean, thank God all of us visited China this year. And from our experience, we see that it is possible for a nation to take a decision when it comes to issues of social media. And we've been to other countries where social media is allowed and there's that liberty for citizens to engage as they wish. In other climes, there are more restrictions. In Nigeria, I mean, there was a time, I think it was former Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, tried to suggest it or even mention it, and obviously it came with a lot of resistance by citizens. But as we move forward and push forward in the digital age, what kind of restrictions do you foresee or do you think is necessary, especially when we see that the other countries have put restrictions in place to reduce the misinformation that we often see on social media? What are your thoughts? You might want to stop.
Okay, so I know that this is a sensitive topic for Nigerian users, especially those of them who enjoy the rough play happening on particularly Twitter, X now. And so they would think, whenever this topic comes up, they usually come up with the gagging defense that they're trying to gag them. They think that playing anyhow, playing rough is good until you're on the receiving end of it. Most of the celebrities who are in court for cyberbullying were those who benefited the most from the cloud chasing back then with social media. They enjoyed it when they were, canceling some artists, some other people until they were on the receiving end. You see the back and forth with VDM, Joe, all of them going back and forth. And I'm wondering, all of these people thought, social media should be left open, reckless, nothing, no control. But we see in the climes where social media originated from, I was watching, I don't know why I liked watching that Senate session with the congressman and Mark Zuckerberg over the abuse that happened with Instagram and how young people were mentally affected. Some people lost their children, and the families gathered in this public open session that was done at the Congress, and the senator was just going at this billionaire. You know, possible say we go at a billionaire for a year like that. Dangote cannot be seated over his truck killings, and then one senator would just be going at him like that. They didn't even allow him put in a word. I remember when they were saying everything he wanted to answer, I don't want to answer that. The same happened to the TikTok man. They even went at him about his Chinese communist loyalty and all of that. And it's not possible that we will be telling somebody who has created business, is this store now, you're envious of him. So those kind of sessions, I think they should play it more often here. So people will see what serious clients do to regulate every capitalist. Because every capitalist wants to make money, if you like, as long as it's not his child. They will produce anything and give you anything, you consume it, they will be getting richer, and whatever follows is your business.
But they have control.
That was control.
When something is created within your own country, you have control. We are consumers.
No,
we don't have that kind of control.
That's why we regulate. We as a country will take a stand. Did China create Instagram? No, they did not. But they have regulation in their country. They created alternatives in their country. Yeah. They found ways to protect their people. It is not their people that was fighting their government for trying to protect them. I don't know whether you get my point. We have the powers to regulate how it is designed for us here, how we can use it here. And we will criticize government when the conversation comes up that this should be done. Because we think it is okay. As long as I can hide, nobody sees my face, and I can bully anybody, call anybody names, this should be allowed. And some people will argue that our libel laws, our defamation laws were sufficient. But we've seen different angles to it. The NCC was talking today about phishing, malware, all of those other methods that are being used. A young lady was being paraded somewhere in Abuja, and they are in the business of stealing phones and, cloning the phones and taking off people's monies. These people would say, no, those regulations were unnecessary. Such things, such captured things in our laws must be captured in some form of legislation, and it is a must. There's no freedom. Every freedom must be qualified. Our freedom under our constitution is qualified. That's why right to life is qualified. That's why the courts can sentence somebody to death. Everything must be qualified. No freedom without limits. Unlimited freedom can bring about abusive power, and we know it. Until you're on the receiving end of it, you don't think it makes sense, but it does. It is not sane that we do things like this. It is normal. We should allow our senators, whatever committee sitting on that, to engage these people, give them new rules. The way they blocked Twitter then, if they didn't do it at the time it was done, maybe we would have ended up without the country.
Okay,
and the social media platform should start to flag off the way they do. When you tag Israel, that is known for war crimes right now on Instagram too much, and you make a post and it is tagging them, Instagram will block that post from going. Those of us who are advocating rights for Palestinians, we know how many of our posts don't go. They will block it. So they should now compel them to block things like Nigeria is a hellhole something. Nigeria is a god. They should block such things from being posted. Yeah. But you allow it for African countries. You block it for Israel, that is a known war criminal. I don't understand.
Let me go to you, Maria. Let's hear your views on this matter.
So I'm definitely on the side of regulating social media use and consumption, whatever it's called. And for me, it's not just about social media. I think anything in this world, if it's not properly regulated, will be misused. So it's just common sense. This has nothing to do with gagging. So I understand what happened, when you mentioned Lai Mohammed. I remember during his time, there was a lot of politicking going on. And so a lot of people just assumed that conversation at that time had a lot to do with them gagging them, because they felt that government didn't want to be called out or criticized for its inefficiencies or shortcomings. So maybe at that time may have not been a good time to bring up that conversation. Although for me, I didn't think that there was anything wrong. But to just take away politicizing of it, so, maybe that wasn't a good time. But since then, I think every Nigerian who has used Twitter, who has used social media in any form, is of the belief, agrees that they should, it should be regulated. Because as you said, some people have enjoyed the trolling, and then they found themselves being trolled, and all of a sudden people are singing a different tune. So having said that, what are the steps that we can take, as a nation? So it's not enough to just say we need to regulate. I definitely believe that we should have our own social media platforms, either in conjunction with the international one we already have, and say, please create something for our client that our own people can use, so that they know that there's a Nigerian social media, whether Instagram, Twitter, or whatever it is, and then there's the international. And then when you move from Nigerian to international, that will be on your own personal decision. But as a government, I think we need to do that. And why do I say that? The social media platforms that we use are created mostly by, the West, those in America. And they have their agenda that they push. And it's for for the good of their country and for their citizens. There are things that they believe in. There's so many things that, they do that we don't agree with and we don't believe in. And we have not raised our children, to believe in such a thing. And so when we are on that platform, it's just only normal that we'll consume that kind of, those kind of information and assume it to be ours because, that's what it is. But when we create our own, that is local to us, that understands our own challenges and the sort of vision it is that we're trying to push for our country, for our people, for our children, then, most of the things that we're struggling with, we will not struggle with. There's the conversations on, so apart from the war crime, there's also conversation on sexuality and things like that. This is something that we are constantly fighting in this country. It is seen, you have people from this country who feel that Nigeria is already doing something wrong because they disagree with the way it's being pushed in America. But not necessarily, it's just that we have different cultures and different, way of seeing things. So if you don't have a platform that pushes your own beliefs, your own traditions, your own culture, you are constantly fighting with an international brand or a Western narrative and constantly looking at it based on yours and think you're on the wrong. I sat down with a couple of people I mentioned, I think last time, in China, and we were trying to exchange TikTok, whatever. And she was like, oh no, I'm on the China TikTok. And for me, I just thought, I thought that was very respectful of their country and of them. It just made me feel like, these people respect themselves, so, So.
Wait a second. I'll come back to you. Let's go to a very short break. When we come back and continue this conversation, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is here. Dial *900# and recharge 100 Naira or more before 5 p.m. and you can...
Breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
This is not just the round table. This is the Black Table.
This is the Black Table, where real men speak the truth about the world we live in, the games we play, the power we chase, and the women who shake it off. Unfiltered.
There's this entitlement to choice.
Unapologetic.
There's something in sociology that said even crime has an advantage in the society.
Unafraid.
In my practice, I found that sometimes the woman is saying honey, but you are hearing monkey.
Sports, politics, culture, women, and what it means to be a man in today's world. No scripts, no safe zones, just grown conversations. So pull up a chair if you're built for it. This is the Black Table.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person.
Thanks for staying with us. So, our conversation, social media, to regulate or not to regulate. That's the conversation. You can join us 020-163-520-090-241-63440. You can also send us messages on X and also YouTube. We'll be happy to share your thoughts. Now, this issue of social media, I mean, my concern is you can only regulate so much what you do not have access to. Because the reason why we can see an Elon Musk or a Mark Zuckerberg being called upon to defend or to change or to manipulate is because they have that power to do so. But in our own country, as you said, we are just consumers. Now, when they try to regulate previously, they're going to put sanctions or maybe restrictions on the access to our market. But when they did that, Nigerian citizens themselves resisted it. So the question now is, how do we therefore help to sensitize Nigerians to understand the difference between gagging and regulating of that freedom of expression? Because we are protected by the Constitution to express how we feel, how we choose to feel. We can associate and we can do as we feel. We can gather as we feel according to the Constitution. However, you then telling the government to regulate or to somewhat restrict kind of impedes on my own freedom of expression, don't you think?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. As it is now, everybody is free to express whatever it is that they like to express, how they like to express, but it just stops where the right of the other person starts. Simple. And so that's what government must continuously advocate. You're allowed your freedom to every social media platform. You're just not allowed to post any fake news, to misinform anyone, to create any mental health through trolling anybody or canceling anybody. So the platform should either be allowed to flag off. You know, they now use this hashtag on words like kill, number out the vowels. On words like death or words like beat, they'll hash. Censor them. No, the people writing now their own spell with the hashtag on the cancel on those words, so that platforms like that will not, and then they'll still tell the story. So they will still pick on someone. A platform like a popular platform, Gist Lover, has ruined a lot of people. And I'm going to just be direct. Ruined a lot of people. I stopped reading it when they wrote Genevieve's story sometime, and it was just, if truly she had the condition he was talking about, the style of it, making it consumable, making a joke of it, and for me it was bullying. There's no need to consume such a news, but Nigerians have not been on the receiving end, and so they find it funny. Some people go there and promote their businesses. You turn your a blind eye. The fire starts on your neighbor's roof, but it never reaches your house, so consign me. But it don't spread now. You don't reach your house. No, government have not done anything for us. That's how it is. When it starts on your neighbor's roof, that's when everybody should have come out and say, no, this should not be. You should not be allowed. And so it is now that the Nigerian regulators must force social media providers within our country.
But they're also scared. Even regulators, right? Even government is scared.
No, they too, they are consuming. They too are the beneficiaries of it when they need to use it for campaigns and all of that. So it's not on. That's what I'm saying. No, you see the selfishness here. When it pays you, it's good. When it no longer serves you, it is bad. That's not how it should be. A regulator should be sitting as an unbiased umpire to say, this can go south, it can go west, it can go anywhere. And so this is how we must make sure that it is safe for everyone to use. Not that because you are the one using it, you are the one paying one blogger somewhere to push out a false information. You say, no, they should be allowed, they're not gagging. Regulators should be unbiased and doing their job with the foresight of whatever consequence and repercussions it can bring on anybody, whether it is your friend or your neighbor. Stand up firmly for justice against even your kith and kin. That's what the Quran says. You should be able to separate yourself from all those use. Right. But because every time you look at it, the people who are advocating leave it as it is are benefiting. It is until they are in court and asking police to do a criminal defamation for them that they are shouting.
Right. Let me come to Mariam, because you had mentioned something about alternative. Do you think if Nigerians create an alternative, that Nigerians would subscribe? I seriously, I have a feeling that Nigerians would probably even would rather not subscribe to a homegrown version of a Twitter or a Facebook or an Instagram. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right, because Nigeria mostly, we see anything from the West especially as better than ours.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had a caller I was holding. I'll come back to you. Nasir, I think. Sorry for that. Nasir, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Apologies. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm calling you from Maiduguri. Good morning, ladies, and I congratulate you for actually coming up with this beautiful topic.
Thank you, sir.
Which is very timely. My first take on this issue is I would like us to actually appreciate one thing about the social media. It is an inevitable reality that has come to stay, together with all the technologies that are around us. Now, the fact that countries like China are disbanding the use of social media in one aspect or the other, it doesn't make us have to follow suit. But there are ways and manners in which we can also check the status of how social media are being used to misinform, to monger rumors, and also to incite people to do one thing or the other that are negative. My take on this is that rather than do that, let there be a conscious mobilization of the people. We have the orientation agency, we have the Minister for Information. Let opinion leaders and people that matter be subjected to a gradual process of media literacy. And media literacy should be the answer to this problem, so that people should understand how to interrogate the content of the social media, what to take in and what not to take in, so that people will now understand that social media is an agent of development. Whether we like it or not, social media is playing an important role. Look at how social media is being used for citizen policing, for example. Look at how it is being used to bring out, so many things that are not right for people to see. And then it is even drawing the attention of government for government to actually take action. So if you look at all this, the most important thing is to actually work on maybe opinion leaders, the public office holders, even in our universities or our institutions. Let there be programs. Let there be, in the curriculum, let there be the programs that will actually emphasize media literacy. The more people understand how to interrogate the contents of the social media, I think it will lessen how they react to such content.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nasir. Let me go in a very short. We'll come back and continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Nigeria is on a progressive march to full economic recovery. The journey was indeed tough, but we are no longer where we were. We are at the dawn of light. Our economy is improving. Nigeria's GDP is at the strongest level in a decade. Foreign exchange reserves have from $32 billion in 2023 to $38 billion in 2024, and FDI in excess of $50.8 billion on the way.
I salute the courage of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in what he did, and I'm heartened by his execution of this subsidy removal, FX harmonization. I speak, as someone who is an investor in the financial sector in this economy, and that courage is truly a word.
Hello, Nigerians. These are the signs of recovery. Message brought to you by the Citizens Connect initiative.
The world needs moms. With a splash of golden Terra oil, a mom can transform a frown into a smile. Change no thanks into yes please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty family meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden Terra oil, pour pure love.
No buy am. But why? No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
Guys, food is ready.
Suitable for jollof rice.
What can I get you?
Can I have some more golden penny pasta?
Tell me why you want more.
Because I enjoy slopping.
This is why I love my golden penny pasta. It's my family's favorite. What's your reason?
It's great for romantic dinner.
Reminds me of home every time.
It truly satisfying me.
It's my ultimate comfort food.
I make delicious combos with it.
I just want more.
Because I love you all.
What's your reason? Great taste, good nutrition.
Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients.
Rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. 1 cube, endless possibilities.
Good, tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Smart Balance. Smart Balance rice bran oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance oil. Good food, no worries.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is here. Dial *900# and recharge 100 Naira or more before 5 p.m. and you could be a millionaire. At 7 p.m., all cash prizes will be paid directly into your Momo account. Dial *900#. Start recharging now and stand a chance to win big in the MTN Mega Billion promo.
Level 2, electrified fence.
Space is terrifying. Let's get out of here.
Hey, Nick fam! Remember, Nick on TVC is your one-stop for engaging children's shows like El Tigre, Paw Patrol, SpongeBob SquarePants, Kung Fu Panda, and lots more to keep the kids glued to their screens. Catch us on Mondays to Fridays at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays and Sundays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on TVC.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Maya Angelou was a civil rights activist, poet, and award-winning author known for her acclaimed 1969 memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and her numerous poetry and essay collections. Angelou was born on April 4, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri. Angelou had a difficult childhood. Her parents split up when she was very young. Around the 1960s, Angelou lived in Ghana working as an editor and a freelance writer. Angelou also held a position at the University of Ghana for a time before she joined a community of revolutionist returnees exploring Pan-Africanism and became close with human rights activist and black nationalist leader Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. In 1961, Angelou appeared in an off-Broadway production of Jean Gennett's The Blacks with James L. Jones, Lou Gossett Jr. and Cicely Tyson, and went on to earn a Tony Award nomination for her role in the play Look Away, 1973, and an Emmy Award nomination for her work on the television miniseries Roots, 1977, among other honors. Angelou's career has seen numerous accolades, including the Chicago International Film Festival's 1998 Audience Choice Award and a nod from the Acapulco Black Film Festival in 1999 for Down in the Delta. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, and is credited with a list of plays, movies, more than 50 honorary degrees, and television shows spanning over 50 years. She also won 2 NAACP Image Awards in the Outstanding Literary Work Non-Fiction category for her 2005 cookbook.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still going to be wrapping up on this issue of social media. As I said, it's an ongoing. We can't finish this conversation.
Yes, I was saying when you had mentioned that if we come up with our own platform, Nigerians, would they use ours? And I said, I know that we have the tendency to think anything that comes from the West is better than ours, but we can start somewhere. And, you know, as we've seen with many of the other things that we're consuming now that is Nigerian, which is our music, our fashion, you know, our food that we're exporting, I feel that when we start, you know, eventually, so it will not happen in a day. But secondly, what I also wanted to say is that while this transition is happening, we need to teach people, we need to talk about how to use social media.
Yes.
We need to be able to also have places where we can report bad behavior and have that, you know, publicly worked on. So in case somebody, you know, when somebody is found guilty of misbehavior on how they use their platform, or if they tell half-truths, you know, or they tell outright lies, there has to be a platform where people can go report those people, and then we see how they are punished for those behaviors. And that will help to regulate it. And we need to understand regulation is not outright ban. Nobody is asking for an outright ban. We understand all the positives that social media has brought, you know, to us for our development, even mindset-wise. You know, it has opened up our minds to a lot of things. But we have to agree that there has been serious abuse of these platforms, and we need to find better ways of using it to protect ourselves, to protect even our country as we're trying to build something out of, you know, build our country so that we protect ourselves from outside forces that would sabotage some of our, you know, our progress. So when young people hear regulation is just how do we better use what we have so that it benefits us all.
So I'd like to wrap this up because, I mean, we have a guest which we'll come into in a moment. But for me, I think this is where we need our universities, because many of the kids go into school, they do mass communication, and everybody wants to come and become a presenter or TV presenter or journalist. I mean, there's so much to do in the area of regulation. There's so much to design in the area of technology and digitization. Because the truth is that many countries that we see that regulate, countries like UAE, where you enter there with your WhatsApp, you can't call, you can chat, but you can't do video calls. It was probably somebody's recommendation to government that if we can block this and block that to reduce pornography, to reduce this, they have customized solutions based on their own territory. I think also what we need, our schools, our universities, our researchers, our our students to see, yes, we cannot do without social media. Now, how do we therefore recommend to government to regulate it such that we still use it, but there's some restrictions here and there? There's got to be some kind of a way where there's some kind of a firewall that bounces off negative or incorrect information at some point. So that's where we need our students to begin to come up with solutions that will be peculiar to our own territory here in Africa. So as I said, it's an ongoing conversation. We can't finish it today, but it's something we need to begin to look at, because lives are being destroyed, as mentioned earlier. Properties are being destroyed, although at the same time, on the flip side, a lot of good has come from social media, a whole lot of good. People have built businesses, people have built homes, people have built the entire structure around online digitization marketing. So we understand the benefits. However, there's got to be some middle ground where people feel seen and people feel that there's some kind of protection against evildoers online. That's all we can take on this. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about a very important topic as regards the miners who complain to the NIDCOM, that's the Nigerian Commission's Diaspora Commission, about issues that happen in the Central Africa Republic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Little body, big moves. Little brain, big learning. Your little child is eager to do big things. Every sachet comes with the nutrients they need every day. Made from natural grains, contains protein and fortified with iron to support their physical growth, learning, and development. So you can fully enjoy your little one's big moments of growth.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is here. Dial *900# and recharge 100 Naira or more before 5 p.m. and you could be a millionaire. At 7 p.m., all cash prizes will be paid directly into your Momo account. Dial *900#. Start recharging now and stand a chance to win big in the MTN Mega Billion promo.
Every day, Nigerians hit the road, but many forget that road rules exist to keep you, your loved ones, and the other road users safe. In just 2 minutes, let's clear things up. Law 1. Red means stop, yellow means slow down, green only if it's safe. Running red lights puts lives at risk. Law 2. One way means one way. Driving against traffic is a fast way to cause disasters. Law 3. Speed doesn't mean skill. It means danger. Slow down, stay alive. Law 4. The shoulder is for emergencies, not shortcuts. Law 5. Overtaking into oncoming traffic is a deadly risk. There is no second chance. Law 6. Drink and drive? You're not just risking your life, you're risking everyone else's. Law 7. 1 second of distraction can cost a life. Put the phone down. Law 8. Your vehicle isn't built for excess. Respect the limits. Law 9. The zebra crossing means stop. Every time. Law 10. Road markings are rules, not decorations. Broken white lines you can overtake, if it's safe. Solid lines, stay in your lane. Double yellow, no stopping, no parking, and no waiting at any time. These rules are to protect everyone. Every action counts. Wait at the lights, wear your seatbelts, stay in your lane. Remember that together, we make the road safer for you, your loved ones, and other road users. Be a responsible Nigerian.
YOLO, the reward of success.
Dreams don't have to be out of reach. Whether you aspire to be a scientist, pushing boundaries, or an artist, bringing joy to the world, a software engineer, designing the future, or a fashion designer, Nelfund has got you sorted. With interest-free loans, Nelfund is breaking down financial barriers to higher education. So, pursue your dreams without worry. Nelfund empowers you to focus on what truly matters. To apply, log on to www.nelf.gov.ng. Fill out your application forms and await verification. Once verified, your tuition will be sorted. Nelfund, we pay, you study, you conquer. Nelfund is an initiative of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, aimed at providing financial support to students across the nation.
Chef.
Mr. Chef, what's your secret?
My secret is the wide range of seasoning powders from Mr. Chef. Perfect for meals such as spicy stew, goat meat, roasted beef, fried rice, and coca.
Unleash your inner chef and explore our wide range of Mr. Chef seasoning powder.
That's why we introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban Fiji radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere, so Bobo.
You dey chop for this
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we they give you what they sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it locked.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make Yanga?
Bound to a holla.
Now here we they settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here. Nobody better than we, right?
I can always best be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. I'm Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News. My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News,
Thanks for staying with us. We begin the segment with an emotional story of survival, rescue, and international reaction. 12 Nigerian miners have returned home from the Central African Republic. After months of hardship, the men say they were held in harsh conditions, denied their salaries, and even sexually abused by their Chinese employers. Their ordeal, which came to light after a viral video appeal, prompted swift intervention from the federal government. The workers, now back in Nigeria, visited the Nigerian in Diaspora Commission in Abuja to share their painful experiences and thank the authorities for securing their release. But the story has taken a new turn. The Chinese embassy in Nigeria has responded cautiously to the allegations, saying it attaches great importance to the matter. The embassy pledged to launch an investigation while stressing that Chinese citizens abroad are expected to obey the laws of their host countries. As the rescued miners seek justice, both governments say due process will guide the next steps. Joining us from our Abuja studios to discuss this is Mr. Returnee Kukpolui, one of the returnees, and Ingorigo Freeborn, also a returnee. You can join the conversation 021-163-52013, 090-241-63440. You can also tweet to us on X. We'll be happy to read your comments. Let me start with Mr. Returnee Kukpolui. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Returnee. Can you hear me, Mr. Kukpolui? Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Mr. Kukpolui, can you hear me? Okay, while we're trying to get him to connect, you read the stories. I mean, this is quite an experience. I mean, when I saw that they were sexually abused, and also the fact that they were not paid. They've been there for 20 months, and I think 11 months' salary. What are your thoughts on this? Because we hear how Nigerians are treated abroad.
No, so these are contractors. You know, they are what you call expatriates in the CAR, in the Central African Republic, and in their contracts, certain rules must be, you know, well spelled out. I think that before, we are grateful that, you know, our nation can look into it. But before every Nigerian tries to leave this country for any kind of job, please have your contract clean and well spelled out. And make sure that the country is a country where their laws are enforceable. For some Middle Eastern countries that you cannot even get any human rights because you're black, they're racist. I don't want to come and mention some of them. You know, you have a contract and you get there and you'll be given a different contract. You have your passport taken. All of those things are, you know, gray areas that you, once you see them, just leave it. These are contractors who have gone to the Central African Republic to work for so-called Chinese company now, allegedly, and they were variously in different ways abused, from sexual abuse to, you know, being denied their salary, their commission after work for months and months, and they had to wait and be used. This is a form of slavery. What I would like to see is that, you know, they enforce the rights under their labor laws. If they don't have in the CAR, they are Nigerians, they can sue them. So there will be jurisdiction here because they are from here. Sue them in your own country under your own labor rules, that you sign the contract with them. Sue the representative of the companies and get your compensation for what you need to do.
It's painful in Africa. You think that an African will be protected in Africa more than
no.
So they are employed by a Chinese firm, and obviously maybe that firm is run by Chinese themselves. But you know the question for me is, how is it that foreigners can come into our country, our continent, and get away with such, you know, behavior? Why do they feel comfortable that they can do that and still get away with it? And so for us, is for Africans to sit up. Don't stop treating your country and your continent and your people as if they don't matter. That somebody comes from another country with different skin color, don't just automatically make the person better than you. I don't even understand it. Be very protective of your people. You know, I can also call out those who have, for different reasons, been a part of some of these projects or firms, because firms will come in, they don't go through the normal route of getting you to work for them. They pay you pittance, really, you know, because they have not followed the proper way to get proper workers. And I know Nigeria will say, and people are suffering, there's no job anywhere, so we'll take anything. But it's important that you do it the right way, because people like this are just out to take advantage of you. And if you think about that first, you know, when you finally apply for jobs like this or be part of projects like this, if you know that, you know, your safety is important to you, your survival is important to you, you just make sure that it's done the right way. As Nima said earlier, you need to sign the proper contracts. You need to read through your contract. Okay. You need to be a part of an organization, if you are going to be miners, that a union that can protect you, okay, that can protect you when you find yourselves in issues like this.
So I'm told that Igorigo is available to speak to us. Good morning, Igorigo. You there?
Good morning, Nigerians.
Thank you for joining us. So, I mean, the ladies have said that...
Thank you for hosting.
Yes, in this kind of situation, you know, let us start from the beginning, because we'd expect that a proper contract was signed with your employers of benefits and expectations on the part of the employer. Could you give us an idea of how you got the job, how you arrived in CAR, and what led to this condition you found yourself in?
On May 2022, I was employed by the Chinese company. Can you hear me clearly?
Very clearly. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Now, I was given I was employed as an engineer. Then, I was working for them for the space of 3 months. Then I was stopped. That was here in Abuja, at a place called Kutasa, the outskirts of Kuje. Okay. So when I was stopped, I returned back to Lagos. Then I was called back to go to Ife, in Oyo State. Since that time, I've been called back to go to Ife. I've been working with them, repairing their excavator. I don't know if you can show the image of an excavator so people can understand it.
We get it.
Because when people hear excavator machine, they just think it's a small machine that you can just keep in your home appliances. If you can display the image of an excavator, check the size. People that are into mining will know the size of an excavator.
Okay.
So that's what I've been working on for the company for the space of almost 1.5 years.
Okay.
Then they now gave me a transfer to Cameroon legally. I didn't enter the country of Cameroon illegally. We went to Cameroon January 2024. Me and some of our colleagues in the same company, in the name of Mr. Returnee, also a returnee from Central Africa. And we worked there from January to September when the mining in Cameroon was suspended.
Okay.
From there, we were given directives to go to Central Africa because the company partnered with another company in Central Africa to continue the gold mining. And we also were given all the necessary documents to enter into Central Africa. So we did not enter Central Africa illegally.
Okay.
And by saying that when we enter into the contract that we didn't sign the necessary document, you should know that when you are given a transfer, even if you are a broadcaster and you are given assignment to go and host a program in UK, you will not say no.
Yes.
So it is not in our own directive to say no to a transfer.
Okay.
So we went to Central Africa, and when we got there, things escalated. Those things that we were promised, the benefits, the overtime, and the human resources that we were promised, that if we go there we are going to enjoy, we did not enjoy it. So, but we bear with the company because our relationship with the company has been very okay. We have not had tensions between us before, so we're doing our due diligence. For some reason, the community where we were based, because the equipment they were going to use in Central Africa was delayed for some months, we were arrested by the Gendarmerie. Gendarmerie is like the intelligence agency of Central Africa, just like your normal mobile police or your CID in Nigeria here. So the reason why we were arrested because they were, when you know such a job, such a project required a lot of hands, they recruited more workers, plus the 3 of us that were first taken to Gendarmerie. So when we were in a community for over a month, we were not doing anything. The community reported us to the Gendarmerie. They came by 4 o'clock and took us to their police station. From their police station, they took us to their prison cells, where we stayed for 16 days. Then the company, through their partner in Central Africa, in the name of Mr. Amos, came and bailed us when the Nigeria embassy over there got the news that some of Nigerians are being held in jails.
Okay.
So from there, they took us to the forest where we worked tirelessly, sometimes 24 hours, without any kind of good working condition. You know, every mining site is located inside interior forest, and this very one was a virgin land. So we have to construct a road of almost more than 10 kilometers, or more than that, over 20 kilometers. And during the construction of that road, we were cutting down wood and making the road motorable for trucks to move in their equipment and everything. Anywhere we stopped along the road is where we sleep, not under a roof. Not when it is raining at night, the rain will be on top of us. We walk during the day, in the night we sleep inside the woods. But without mincing word, there were soldiers that were accompanying us along that journey because the place was a dangerous terrain. All this we endured, hoping that when we go to the mining sites, we will be protected, we will be provided for, and we will be taken care of. And all the promises that they gave to us will be fulfilled. But unfortunately, when we get there, you know, all this while there were no Chinese engineers to come coming with us. I was the only one that was repairing the machine. If it breaks down, the manager was taking his own role. We, in the name of Mr. Returnee, was coordinating every inch and aspect of the project till we get to that place. Until we now get to that place where they can provide a space for Chinese to live. Then that is when these things started getting changed. First of all, they prepared a very comfortable environment for the Chinese to sleep, a good building, or at least with a bed, with a mosquito net, with a fan. They provided a kitchen for them. They provided even a freezer for them. Then when it comes to time of constructing our own building, they just made a shack. We have the video. I have the video evidence of where we are sleeping. I personally killed snake 2 times where I'm lying down on the floor. We are cramped together. Some of us even try to make construct a little shabby looking bed for themselves because it was getting dangerous to sleep on the floor. Then the shack that we constructed, they didn't even include a door for protection against whether a wild animal or dangerous intervention. So our properties that we even took there was not protected because there was no door. But we still endured. Then the issue of feeding, they were giving us allowances to feed. And they promised that immediately production starts, they are going to pay us. Consequently, even for the month that we have stayed, that we entered Central Africa, they promised to pay us because we entered Central Africa September. So we said we continue, we put on more effort.
Okay,
Some of us will work 24 hours just to make sure that the project is work
I have to pause you for a second.
All of a sudden,
hello, Mr. Igorigo. I have to pause you for a second.
Okay, I can hear you.
I have a commercial break. When we come back, we continue with you. Sorry about that. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
From the Harbor of Lagos to stage that.
I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates, and trending stories on the go right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy, and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Welcome to our hacker. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
This is not just a round table. This is the Black Table.
This is the Black Table, where real men speak the truth about the world we live in, the games we play, the power we chase, and the women who shake it off. Unfiltered.
There's this entitlement to choice.
Unapologetic.
There's something in sociology that said even crime has an advantage in the society.
Unafraid.
In my practice, I found that sometimes the woman is saying honey, but you are hearing monkey.
Sports, politics, culture, women, and what it means to be a man in today's world. No scripts, no safe zones, just grown conversations. So pull up a chair if you're built for it. This is the Black Table.
Imagine a country with over 320 languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language, where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self, and every person where they for street. That's now why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po. Everywhere. So, Baba.
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Now we be what's up Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make Yanga?
How do I holla?
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here. Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go here.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
Thanks for staying with us. We still have one of the returnees from the Central African Republic, Mr. Igorigo Freeborn. Sir, are you still there? So you were telling us before the break, you know, about how your properties, everything was left and unattended. Because of time, I'd like to get to the part where your freedom was infringed upon by these your employers. So tell us a bit about that.
Okay. Thank you very much. But to set the record straight, please, you can see these documents. These are documents of invitation. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, yes.
So, and we have video and audio evidence before this video or before the video was released. In case there are people who want to comment that what are we looking for up and down, we didn't stay in our country. Okay. My answer to them is this. If you are working with TVC and TVC tell you to go and cover a story in Cameroon, will you say no by your boss your boss? So please, let everybody be clear on what their comment is.
Okay.
We did not enter the country illegally. We did not run away from our fatherland because we think it is bad.
So did you report to your boss? Was there any way to report to somebody based on the conditions you found yourself in the bush?
So now, this is the document of the invitation. So now, let me tell you about our abandonment. As the work progresses, they denied our salary, just as I was saying before. Then, when it got to a particular time, after like 5 months or 6, yes, particularly 7 months, that was a March, they paid some of us half salary, they paid some of us full salary. Then we continue to work. They said we should have patience. Then we continue to do the work. Then at a particular time, you know, if you enter a country, they must stamp visa for you. So when our visa expired, they retrieve our passport from us. We willingly give it to them, so that they can take it to the capital city to go and stamp. Can you still hear me, please?
Yes, clearly.
That is where the issue of abandonment came in. So when they took the passport away, we continued working, and after 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, we now demanded for our passport, because in that very country, their law is very, very strict. It is not like here in Nigeria, where everybody can walk around without their national ID card and they feel free because they feel they are secure. In other countries, if you go around without your national ID card, you will be arrested and thrown into the prison. So we started telling them to return our passport, so that let it be with us. In case mining inspectors or immigration come to the site, we make all this recording occurs, we have the evidence there. So we continue to endure. Even we have the video of the water that we are drinking, pond water filled with different type of dirty. We continue to endure. What led to this video was that by June 13, the work stopped. They said they are going to stop the mining. And on that very day they stopped the job, they evacuated 4 Chinese. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
When they evacuated 4 Chinese, we were now concerned that you are evacuating Chinese and you are leaving us here. They said, no, there are 2 Chinese left behind. I went to the commandant of the Central African military that were protecting, serving as a security. And I said, please don't let them take these 2 Chinese away. If you take them away, the company will abandon us, because there are no more Chinese here for them to cater. So before we can even wait longer, they took another Chinese away. On the day they wanted to evacuate that Chinese, some of us protested that we must follow the vehicle that came for that Chinese, and we were threatened by gun. You know the way soldiers reacted to any kind of confrontation. So we have to step back to avoid any kind of harm to us. So we waited for some time, and that time I now consulted with Mr. Returnee, our supervisor, also managing the site, that we are going to do video, because our situation is becoming so unhealthy for us. If we don't let our people in Nigeria know what we are facing, we may be abandoned here, and we may be cut off. So he said we should wait. That he's going to contact our employer in the name of Mr. Yang and Mr. Wu, who were no longer in that working site. Mr. Yang is based in Nigeria here. Mr. Wu has visited the working camp up to like 3 to 4 times. So he contacted them. As at that time, Mr. Wu was in Bangui, the capital city. He contacted him and said, what is the reply? He said, we should wait. Okay, we waited. At a particular point, he now sent a message to Mr. Julius that they are going to bring the passport, that anybody that wants to leave, he should leave. We waited again. And I said, this thing is going to end badly for us if we don't leave here on time, because some of the soldiers have started leaving the camp since there is no more work for them and they are not being paid. I went to the commander, said, we are going to do videos to send to our family for safekeeping. In case they don't hear from us again in 2 or 3 weeks, they should release it to Nigeria to know that there are some people that have been stranded in Central Africa.
Okay.
He said I should wait. He's going to contact Mr. Amos, the Central Africa partner to the company. I said to explain the implication to him. I waited again. I went to Mr. Returnee, the manager. I have told the man, told you once or twice, and you calm us down.
Mr. Igorigo, I know you have. Mr. Igorigo, can you hear me? Igorigo, because of time, I want to know exactly at what point did the Nigerian embassy get involved? Because we have very little time left on the show. At what point did they come to rescue you? How exactly did that come?
Now, when we now do the video now, we kept the video now went viral, because when we send the video to our family tried to contact Mr. Ademola, that's Mr. Ademola, to confirm how the situation is. But I think he handled the situation carelessly. I think he gave them rest of mind that he explained to them. They wouldn't have released the video. None of us in the site released the video. It was our family that contacted Mr. Ademola that released the video. Okay. And that is when the government saw the video, and by the quick response of the federal government and under the leadership of His Excellency, our ultimate president, on the visit of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our great president, He now commissioned the Minister for Foreign Affairs to look into the matter, and they now consulted the Nigerian ambassador to Central Africa. So they now work tirelessly to make sure we rescue from the forest there. That is just
okay. Sure, no, Nima had a question. Okay. Let me go on a very short break because we heard that there was an issue of sexual abuse. Yeah, I'd like to ask that after the break, please. Let's go on a very short.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
From the Harbour of Lagos.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TVC News. My day is usually busy and it's difficult keeping up with breaking news stories, trending stories, business news, stock exchange and what have you. But with TVC News on WhatsApp, I'm able to catch up with all the breaking news, real-time updates and trending stories on the go, right on my phone, no matter where I am. It's quick, easy and always on. And here you can join us by scanning the QR code or using the link on our X and Instagram. Why wait? Come to the side of news that keeps you ahead. TVC News, first with breaking news.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Welcome to our hacker. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur.
Imagine a country with over 320 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person where they for street. That's why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the
Thanks for staying with us. Nima had a question for the guest.
Sorry, Mr.
Igorigo, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay, so we read somewhere, we read about sexual abuse by your employers. Can you elaborate what happened and what kind of form of sexual abuse was it?
Okay, let me explain it to you. One of the Chinese, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
Yes, one of the Chinese, one of our colleagues that was working and assisting with their kitchen, preparing food for them, came to us one day and said, this is what this Chinese is doing to him. I said, okay, what is he doing? And he told it to all of us that he said he cannot bathe himself. So he will go naked and that young man will be bathing him. I said, well, that was not too bad. Until he now come back next time and said, this Tani wants me to put my hand in his private parts, rub it, and till he releases. We said, well, that is very, very wrong. We now said, well, you know, these people now, we are where we are now, we cannot protect such an issue. You should just tell him that you cannot do it. So all of a sudden, the Chinese started victimizing the guy. Later, the guy was later put off the work. The guy was taken to Bangui to go and work. He too has not been paid. Then they employed a chef who was also working. Then he did the same thing to that chef, that the chef will be baiting him, that he cannot bait himself. So he will go naked in the bedroom and tell the chef, that the person that is preparing their food, to bait him and wash even his scrotum and every other thing that I cannot say on air. So he now got to a point, he came and said, why is this man saying that I should be touching his private part and hold it till he come? I told him, now, why don't you report this issue to our manager? That's when we called the attention of one of our supervisors, and we explained to him that this is what is going on now. As we were relating, as that one now was now explaining it to every one of us, the third person now come and said, he asked him to do the same thing. That's the reason why he sent him away from the building, that tell him to go to start working with us on the working site.
All right, Mr. Igorigo.
You get my point?
Yes, I get the point.
Okay.
Let me get another question for you.
Yes, I was just going to find out, at what point were you rescued?
Yes, we were rescued.
So after the videos had gone viral.
Yes, after the video has gone viral, you understand? After the video has gone viral, we now received a call from the owner of the company telling one of the supervisors to tell me that I should go on air and go make another video and deny that, tell the world that what I'm saying is not so. And I said, why should I say so? All the things I said in the video are true. And I said, if I can recount it, that they are going to rescue us. And I told the supervisor, which in the name of Julius, that if he wants me to do another video, why don't they take us away from that bush first and get us to Bangui? From Bangui to Nigeria, then whatever you want me to say, then we will now discuss it. You will be there. He now said, no, I should just make that video that night, so that because they want to deport them from Nigeria. I said, I'm not buying that. When you rescued 6 of your Chinese, all this, there was no problem. How come rescuing us now demand us recanting what we said to rescue our life? That we should recant it, that it's not true. So after some days, when that video had gone viral, a vehicle come, and he come and took us from that very place. And we were, I think, 15 on top of that portable truck. And along the way, we spent 3 days on the road, inside because the vehicle was very bad. So that was how we were rescued. And at a particular point, they still tried to sabotage our rescue to the embassy. They tried to silence us by taking us to the prison. But I was smart. When they said when they went to confiscate our phone, I hid one of the phone, which I used to contact the embassy member that we have been taken to prison. So as we got to the prison, the embassy were waiting for us there. So they didn't allow us, they didn't actually lock us the second time into the prison. The second day, the ambassador came and rescued us and took us to the embassy. That is how we were rescued to Bangui. Then we spent 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks. Okay, talk, say something. I said
that's very good. Of course, we're running out of time, but that's very good news to know that the Nigerian embassy came to your rescue and was able. But the truth is that there has to be some kind of prosecution. I'm hoping that indeed the company in Nigeria is queried or they are prosecuted for this, because there has to be a proper explanation. So what has NIDCOM done so far? I know you saw the NIDCOM chairman.
Okay. The NIDCOM chairman, that is the Nigerian Mining Authority.
No, the Diaspora Commission.
Hello?
Madam Abike Dabiri
I can't hear you. Yes, please, wherever she is, may God bless her and NEMA and the organization of Nigeria in Diaspora. Because Madam Abike Dabiri is a mother. She has been taking care of us. As we arrived, there was some relief, and she's the one even trying to assist us to let us relate and acclimate with the environment we left 2 years ago. because of the trauma and the PTSD is in our body. They have been giving us assurance that they are going to make sure they will reintegrate into the country again. And she has been assisting us, encouraging us. She was the first person that after we were received at the airport by the Search and Rescue organization and their DG, whose name I cannot remember now. She has held a meeting with us.
Sorry to interrupt you, just quickly. The company that employed you, sorry to interrupt, the company that employed you, are they still here in Nigeria? Are you aware?
They are here in Nigeria. The owner and our boss, they are here in Nigeria. Okay. In the I gave the address. I've given it before on the
We have to go. Unfortunately, we run out of time. But thank you very much, Igorigo. We're going to be following up on this story because we need to find a part 2 of this. Part 2 meaning what has happened.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing?
Yes. 10 seconds. Can I say one thing? 10 seconds, please. What we are advocating for is the payment of our salary. Yeah. This media and explanation will be fruitless if we don't get our salary that we work for. Point taken. Thank you very much. We're speaking with Mr. Igorigo Freeborn, who is one of the returnees from Central African Republic, and the story went viral, and we're happy that the chairman of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission are on top of this, and I hear that others are also trying to see what they can do to bring them back into society and hopefully get their salaries paid as soon as possible. We'll follow up on this story and have the part 2 very soon to see what's happening to the company, because there has to be some kind of proper questions asked and answers to be given to the Nigerian government on how our citizens are treated outside the shores of our country. That's all we can take on the show. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.